Alright, guys. It is Saturday, January 22nd, 2022. A lot of twos. The 22nd, 2022. It's a lot of twos. It's not 2 o'clock, but it's only 10:06 p.m. Alright, let's start with the daily verses.net verse of the day. It says, "But who am I, and who are my people, that we should be able to give us as generously as this? Everything comes from you, and we have given you only what comes from your hand." 1 Chronicles 29:14. Alright, let's start with the first article. It says, over 97,000 Americans are waiting for kidney transplants. A genetically modified pig heart has been successfully transplanted into a human for the first time. The operation, performed in Baltimore in the United States on Friday, offers a potential future solution to long transplant waiting lists. Dr. Bailey Griffith, who performed the operation, described the situation on Monday. It creates a pulse, it creates a pressure in the heart, adding it's working as it normally looks normal. We are thrilled, but we do not know what tomorrow will bring. This has never been done before. So there's a lot of people waiting, 97,200 waiting for kidney transplants, 11,700 waiting for liver transplants, 3,500 waiting for heart transplants, 1,200 waiting for pancreas transplants, and 1,200 waiting for lung transplants, and then 2,300 other people waiting for other transplants. So now they're looking to look at organs from pigs and other animals to see if they can transplant them into people and have that waiting list go down more. I'll leave you the link to the article so you can check it out. Alright, next. The U.S. Embassy in Ukraine shows off first Biden lethal aid shipments to arrive. The U.S. Embassy in Kiev, Ukraine on Saturday is showing off the first part of $200 million security assistance package of Ukraine's army, which has arrived rather quickly after Biden administration approved it. The donation would include 200,000 pounds of lethal security assistance, including ammunition for the frontline defenders of Ukraine, demonstrates the United States' strong commitment to Ukraine's sovereign right to self-defense, the U.S. Embassy said in a post on Facebook and Twitter. So, from the U.S. Embassy in Kiev, it says the first shipment of assistance recently directed by President Biden to Ukraine arrived in Ukraine tonight. The shipment includes close to 200,000 pounds of lethal aid, including ammunition for the frontline defenders of Ukraine. So heads up, people in Ukraine, they just delivered the first shipment of lethal aid to the country. All right, next, U.S. to close borders to unvaccinated Canadian-Mexican truckers on Saturday. The U.S. will close its borders to unvaccinated and partially vaccinated Canadian and Mexican truck drivers on Saturday, the Department of Homeland Security said on Thursday. These updated travel requirements reflect the Biden-Harris administration commitment to protect public health while facilitating the cross-border trade and travel that is critical to our economy, said Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas in a statement. The restriction, which applied to all foreign essential workers, has been expected since the U.S. officials announced them in October. The following similar rule that took effect in the Canadian border last Saturday. So they're going to be requiring non-U.S. individuals seeking to enter the U.S. via land passport of entry and ferry terminals in U.S. and Mexico-Canadian borders to be fully vaccinated for COVID-19 and provide related proof of vaccination. I'll leave you guys the link in the article so you guys can check that out. Also, this coming on the heels of all the Canadian truckers doing protesting in Canada. Alright, next. U.S. Embassy orders evacuation of non-essential staff and diplomats' family members from Ukraine. Fox News Pentagon correspondent is reporting early Saturday that all family members of U.S. Embassy personnel in Kiev and Ukraine have been ordered to evacuate. The State Department orders families of U.S. Embassy personnel in Ukraine to begin evacuating the country as soon as Monday. U.S. officials told Fox Lucas Tomlinson and said it first emerged Friday that the Biden administration was mulling a plan to evacuate diplomats' family members from Ukraine as a precautionary measure, and the continued crisis wherein Washington has predicted some level of a Russian offensive in the Ukraine border. So, U.S. officials uh, and their families are basically told to evacuate the country. All right, next. Hundreds of deep sea fish wash up dead in Puerto Vallarta beach in Mexico. Videos and pictures a consequence of the Tonga eruption or a sign of worse things to come. So I had been seeing a lot of pictures. I keep an eye on certain beaches and things like this, and I have been seeing pictures of Mexico and people in Puerto Rico and things like this, seeing deep fish, fish that habitate or live in the deep parts of the ocean, coming up and washing up ashore. That usually happens when there's a big earthquake going to happen, or something in that area has been either bombed or something, and these fish keep coming up. It says hundreds of dead fish have washed up on Palmares Beach in the city of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, on January 18, 2022. Fishermen indicated that it is not common to see the species near the beach, since the fish normally live in deep ocean from 40 to 600 meters or 130 feet to 1,930 feet. About 200 large-head hard hairtail have been counted. They are small, from 40 to 60 centimeters in length, elongated, and have sharp teeth. So all these fish are washing up ashore, and we don't know if it's from the Tonga earthquake that happened, the Tonga eruption and the tsunami that came from it, or if there could be another larger earthquake coming. Alright, guys, next. Another deep freeze for Texas. While an Arctic blast is sweeping in parts of the Lone Star State, a pipeline company threatens to cut off gas supply to Texas' biggest power generator. So, heads up, Texas. Now that you're in the cold temperatures, it says temperatures across parts of Texas will nosedive this week, from balmy heights Wednesday in the 70s and 80s to below freezing Thursday night into Friday, with a chance of wintry mix. 75 to 35 rounds like a car manufacturer's braking power, but the number are not in miles per hour. It's a range of temperatures in Houston over the next few days, said meteorologist Chad Myers. And it is not just the Lone Star State headed for a Texas-sized cold plunge. An extended cold front will stretch from the southern tip of the state to the northern edge of Maine, with temperatures being behind and dropping well below average across the eastern half of the United States. A quick burst of wintry precipitation could arrive along the front, including parts of southern states and the Mid-Atlantic, soaked this week by a winter storm. The storm is an Arctic plunge are unusual for every January or so far south. The cold air will push and produce winter precipitation, said meteorologist Dave Hennon. So we don't know if these will probably affect the temperatures affecting the power like it did last year, but it's something to keep in mind if you live in Texas. That last year the temperatures went below, and then the power grid couldn't handle the cold snap, and they pretty much hiked up the prices everywhere, and they had to turn off the power because of how cold it was. Alright, guys, so heads up for Texas and the south, the middle of the country in the south, because of the cold coming in your direction. Alright, guys, next, from Jet Propulsion Laboratory of California Institute of Technology, we have the next 5 asteroid approaches. We have approximate size of 350 feet, about the size of a building, asteroid 2017 XC62. The closest Earth approach to Earth is 4,450,000 miles from Earth. It will be passing by on January 24th, 2022. The next asteroid is about the size of a house. Its approximate size is 47 feet. The name of the asteroid is 2022 BB. The closest Earth approach is 532,000 miles. That one's a bit closer. It will be passing by January 26, 2022. Then we have 2021 BZ, about the size of a house, airplane size, 120 feet. in size. The closest Earth approach will be 4,190,000 miles from Earth. It will be passing by on January 27th, 2022. Then we have 2022 AG6, approximate size 59 feet, about the size of a house. It will be passing close Earth approach of 1,800,000 miles from Earth on January 28th, 2022. Then the final fifth asteroid, approximate size 69 feet, about the size of an airplane. The name of the asteroid is 2022 AN5. The closest Earth approach is 2,430,000 miles from Earth, about passing by January 28th, 2022. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more news. I happened to travel to South Carolina today, and just heading down there, there was so much snow this morning. But I'm so thankful and happy that when we were coming back up, the snow had melted and the dangerous road travel wasn't as dangerous as this morning. I'm so happy and thankful that I made it home safely. So thank you for everything, guys, for being patient with me and seeing that I wasn't going to be making videos today, but I guess I made some this evening. So that's it for today's video. See you guys next time. Thank you for everything. God bless you guys.